Hey, it's Nathan with optionsforall.com. In this video, I'm going over my weekly options trading results for the week ending 27 February 2026. So we'll go over the positions that I closed this week, the positions I opened. We'll take a look at my current open positions and what I might do in the week or two ahead. And then we'll have AI take a look at my portfolio and it give me its ideas on what it thinks I should do in the near future. All right, so I'll be using the Options for All options tracking dashboard. You can find it at optionsforall.com or link in the description down below. And this is a real account, live trading. This is my Robinhood account that my trades are based on. So you can see that I have a bunch of positions here. And so these are real actual trades. Additionally, if you want to take a look at my portfolio, there's a link in the description down below. You could go in and you could look at all of my open positions. You could click into them. You could take a look at my legs and all that type of stuff. So if I go over something too quickly or you want to take a deeper dive into my portfolio, link in the description down below and you can kind of click around and take a look at what's going on inside of it. All right, so here we are inside my portfolio and I'm just going to be looking at the last 7 days. And also, obviously, I'm not in my office. I'm out of town at the moment. And so I'm outside recording a video. Like, it was quieter earlier, but now it's kind of loud. Anyway, so here is my trading portfolio for this past week. You can see that I realized $1,305.24. One of my positions that I open is still open at 100% win rate this week. And then my current cash balance is negative 32,500. I am on margin right now. You can see my P&L daily breakdown. So the 25th, so Wednesday, 481, Thursday, 452, Friday, 372, and then today, which is Saturday, I have unrealized of 172. So that's what's going on today. You can see my strategy performance. So those are the positions. And I just want to start with my positions that I closed this week first, and then we'll look at the positions that I opened. All right, so we can see right here that I closed this IBIT position, a covered call. I also opened this position this week. You can see right here. So I both open and close this position. On Monday, I opened it. So February 23rd open. It expired worthless on the 27th. I had a credit of $240. So I realized 100% return on that position. And yeah, it's pretty straightforward. I just sold to open a call, covered call, $39 strike price on Monday, 10 contracts at $24 cost per contract, and yeah, it expired worthless. So that was an easy win. Or and then I also had MSTR as well. I'm doing a poor man covered call on MSTR. It's showing as a short call right here, but it's a poor man covered call. You can see that I opened that position on Monday as well, and it wound up expiring worthless. So I got to keep my $132 credit, 100% return at a $136 strike price. All right, so there's those two positions. I also had two SPY iron condors close this week. I closed them early. This one I closed at a $452 P&L net return of 97%. So every week I've been opening up another iron condor position on SPY with the focus of it expiring or day still expiration of 40 days. And so every week I open a new one. So then, they should expire and I should be able to realize some revenue or earnings 40 days from now. So every week I'm having something come up and due. And my goal is to make between $400 to $500 a week doing this trade. Now I have changed things up this past week, which I'll explain in a few minutes here. But you can see this particular trade or the Iron Condor, 3 contracts, and I had a $5 spread between my strike prices and my short positions were at the 20 deltas. And so I've been running that strategy for a while and it's been pretty successful. But I decided to change things up because that's what we do when you find something that's working for you, you change it up. So I closed that position out and I closed another Iron Condor as well. And this one was also 97%. So close those both out a little early. It wasn't worth just leaving open for, a few more bucks in profit. So close those both out. And then I already mentioned these two positions that I closed. And the new position, the new strategy that I did is a put credit spread. So let me open this one up real quick. So here you can see that I have 8 contracts right here that I'm trading. I have a $5 spread between my strike prices. So you can see I got a 668 and a 663 for the long put. So these are my new positions. And my short position is at a 35 delta, so much higher than the 20 deltas that I have been doing. So I just ran a bunch of back tests on the best put credit spread strategy for SPY. And that's how I came up with this strategy right here. I have a video coming out very soon on a breakdown of those back tests and those results, but it turned out to provide better results over the last 10 years than the Iron Condor strategy that I've been doing. So that's why I changed up my strategy to try this out. And ultimately, the goal is to generate a return of 55% and then close it out early. So when I hit that return, I close out that position. Again, you can see that my P&L was $952. So at 55%, of that, it'd be about, $450, $500 realized P&L. So hopefully that, hopefully it gets to that and I can close that position out. Just for the sake of example, I'm going to go ahead and chart this position, and also we'll take a look at it on option strat as well. All right, so right here, what this is chart.optionsforl.com. And what it allows you to do is select a target date. So when you want to get a prediction for a particular ticker symbol, you enter your ticker symbol, you hit generate, it generates a chart. And so it gives you a chart with a bunch of indicators. We got Bollinger Bands, EMAs, we got volume, RSI, MACD, and so on. So various indicators. And of course, you got your chart as well. And then we have AI take a look and analyze that chart and give you its prediction for that particular time frame. So we're going to see if it's going to be above my short position, so 668. So that's the goal by April 2nd there. Additionally, we can take a look right here on option strat and take a look at my position. So we can see if it stays flat, we get up to like my $400 goal on the 23rd of March here. So that'd be cool if we stayed flat. You can see what happens if we start dropping down and so on. So I think this chart is a very nice visual on what happens or when you might be able to close out your position early. So if SPY goes up, to 697 from 687, so not that far. Like we'd be up to like 472 or so come the 6th of March, and I could close this position out already because I'd be at my 55% P&L. So hopefully we get up there and I can close this position out. Or if it extends far, I see what happens as the price drops down and things like that. So nice tool there. All right, so here we are back at the technical analysis summary. AI has finished doing its analysis. So it thinks it's going to $702.50. Currently sitting at 685.99, so a 2.41% increase. So that would be perfect for me. Again, my short put position is 668, so that would be perfect. And so if it's at 702, let's look at 702, like that'd be perfect. Yeah, I'd be able to close that position out early. And you can see that it does all sorts of analysis on the technical indicators. You can see that it's breaking down like the RSI, the EMAs, MACD. It gives divergences and trends, chart patterns, potential scenarios, and then overall bias. So it's doing all this analysis on the chart and telling you why it gives you the prediction that it gives. So let me head back over to our options tracking dashboard and we'll close out of that. So that's the position that I opened that this week, and it'll be open for a couple more weeks unless SPY goes high and I can close it out early. In the week ahead, I'll open up some more covered calls on IBIT and MSTR, and I'll also probably open up another put credit spread on SPY. So that's what's coming up the week ahead. Let me take a quick look at my open positions to see what's happening this week coming up. So I have a SPY Iron Condor expiring in 6 days, so Friday, March 6th. We can see my strike prices right here. Right now it's sitting at a 75.6% return, $391.88. So I'm right there getting close to my $400 to $500 range. I could open this up and take a look. Like if I let this expire, I could net $517.08 right there. You can see my legs of the trade. So I have a 715 short call and a 663 short put. So hopefully, that goes in my favor. It's looking good so far. And then I don't have anything for the next like 2-3 weeks after that. So not till the end of March do I have another Iron Condor set to expire. And then there's my put credit spread. Moving on down, I have a long put and a cash secured put on IBIT These are my worst positions right now. You can see that I've rolled this a few times. The rolling has not been profitable. And I've had another video too on this particular situation. So if you're interested, you can see like lessons learned on this position. Link in the description down below. And hopefully you don't make the same mistakes of rolling to your death like I have been doing. I have a covered call as well. That's kind of in a rough spot that I need to do something with, but I got till about 18 June before I need to start looking at that. So 110 days out, a third of a year. And then I have several lease positions that I've been opening. So most of them are against IBIT, and then I have a MSTR lease option that I've been doing the poor man covered call against right there. So you can see those positions. And if Bitcoin or IBIT drop heavy again, well, then I'll go ahead and probably open up another lease position against IBIT, and try and get some leverage there. But those are those positions. I'm not going to take any action on them at this time. So now let's go ahead and have AI take a look at our portfolio. So I'll come to analysis and AI open positions, and I'm going to go ahead and click regenerate report. And so what it's doing right now is AI is analyzing my portfolio. It's going through all of my open positions with the live pricing data, the Greek exposure, and historical performances. And it's going to give me a list of recommended actions in the near future for my portfolio. So we'll wait for that to process and take a look at it. Alrighty, while AI was analyzing my portfolio, I also ran some analysis on IBIT because, again, I plan to open up a covered call on IBIT this week, and I just wanted to see, what was going on in the future. Also, obviously, I have a lot of long call positions, so I do want IBIT to do well. But right now, it's projecting to drop this week by about 1.2%. So that's what the AI thinks is going to happen to IBIT by analyzing the IBIT chart. All right, so let's come back over here to my portfolio analysis and see what it thinks. So first things first, my immediate action items, it wants me to close out my Iron Condor, which again, I agree, we're going to do that. I have my IBIT cash secured put, it's decision time, and it says critical question, is IBIT going back to $54 by May 15th? So probably not. I think we're at 37 something. Yeah, we're at 37.20. So, and it thinks it's going to drop this week. So we'll see what happens. And then it gives me a few options. So let it be assigned, roll it again, or cut my losses. I'm going to go the assignment route. I'm just going to let it get assigned if that happens. So that's my plan. Again, I have more details on that particular position in other videos. It also recommends my SPY cover call, roll decision needed. And so it gives me some options and recommendations for that. Its recommendation is roll this call up and out to July, August at the 680, 685 strike. So this one, it's recommending to roll my SPY position. So that's something to take into account. Now, obviously, this is AI looking at my portfolio. I treat it as like a second set of eyes just in case I miss something or anything like that. However, with the IBIT rolls that I did that I've been dying on, like it recommended me to close this out months ago. So I probably should have listened to AI in that particular case. It made better financial decisions than I did myself. But yeah, it's just AI, and it's just nice to have a second set of eyes or a second opinion on my portfolio. All right, so it gives me position by position recommendations. It gives me my IBIT positions. It's heavily concentrated. And again, it's talking about my leaps positions and everything else like that. My MSTR position, recommendation to hold that, my portfolio risk summary, my theta decay analysis, priority action list this week. So we kind of covered that already. Different price levels to watch and upcoming events and market conditions to watch. Strategic recommendations are to reduce my IBIT concentration. Bitcoin bull. So I don't know that that's going to happen, but I do have the SPY position as well that I've been building up. It recommends capital redeployment and roll chain awareness, and some good news, some bad news, and so on. So I'm not going to go through all the details right here, other than basically my recommended actions, which we already discussed. And I do agree with closing out that SPY Iron Condor, and also I'm going to let this position get assigned should that happen. So I'm just going to wait for that time to come. And so that is it for my portfolio analysis. Again, if you're interested in checking out my portfolio, link in the description down below. You can click around, look at my open positions and everything else like that. And hopefully you found this video interesting. If you did, I appreciate it. And if there's a likes, comments, subscribes, anything like that. And I hope that you have a great rest of the day.